effectiveness of English curriculum in your country. And Sandeep, your topic can be insurance business in India, or why insurance is not taking off, why poor people are not coming into insurance, why are not they taking insurance for 5 rupee each month? They can. Why? That could be a topic. And my topic, or any English teacher's topic, could be studying English language teaching, primary English curriculum, or effectiveness of the Bangladeshi English teachers in delivering the curriculum, or why are Bangladeshi teachers needing so much English training. This can be my topic. So that is the list of topic ideas 1. Topic ideas 2 covers what subject do you want to study, and if there is any turnaways, why people turn away from my class? They come and in 10 minutes time they leave. Why people come to your meeting, Sandeep? Or this is Malik, I don't know, the next person. Why people are coming to your meeting and they're going away in 10 minutes? That could be a topic. Difference in discourse in person versus chat. What difference do you find while talking about your Indian patriotism with students and with teachers and with Teawala, Chawala, not Narendra Modi, Chawala? Why are they talking in different ways in the discourse on patriotism in India? That could be your topic. And there could be social media and other things. Your topic can be thousands of millions of them in front of you. But the more narrow, the narrower the topic is, the better the research will be. Remember, narrower the topic is, the better the research will be. Don't take a wide topic. Narrow down. Small area of your thinking, very small area, and go into details of that small problem, into details. That is quality research. Next, types of methodologies. How many methodologies are there? You can see I've got 2 there. One is qualitative method, and the spelling is wrong, forgive me, METHID, that's my mistake. I was hurrying up this morning. And that is qualitative method. And it includes descriptive method. You describe something. And number not the primary focus. In qualitative method, number is not the thing. Comments, opinions, attitude of people, people's feelings, emotions, all these are usability of a particular product, emotion about that particular product, particular, say, cricketer. These things are important in qualitative research. And qualitative research is interpretative. It means interpretation of people's comments, people's feelings, people's emotions. You collect through interview or focus group discussion. This is ethnographic and naturalistic. And to me, qualitative research is good because it gives a bigger picture. It gives you opportunity to interpret yourself. It gives you opportunity to take yourself into that research. It has got flexibility of interpretation again. But quantitative research, another methodology, they don't have that scope. because it is numerical presentation. Numbers. Oh, awesome tea. How many people love it? What range of people? How many people hate it? How many people don't know? 3 categories. Awesome tea. A research on, quantitative research on awesome tea popularity. So up just on top of my head, awesome tea. We are taking a sample, say 500 tea users, tea drinkers, 500 or 1,000. And we are going with a simple questionnaire and trying to find out how many of 1,000 awesome tea users love it. How many of them don't like it? And how many of them, 1,000 people, don't know the answer? 3 categories, and we get a graph or a table. A graph showing, oh, love it, big graph, high, but don't like it, a small bar in the chart. And don't know the answer, very few, very small bar. So can I sip my tea? See, Sandeep is sipping. Excuse me. That's awesome tea, by the way. So that's quantitative. It's number, and we present it in number table, chart, pie chart, or bar graph, and analyze, give our analysis. And it's mainly with the subject linked to science studies, scientific studies. So there are 2 methodologies, qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative measures, what does it need? And one person called Rambler believes, analyze course syllabi of library use through discipline and level, or study online tutorials, applying best practices recommendations, and then analyze samples of English weighting at tertiary level. English writing, that's a spelling mistake. English writing at tertiary level. That is qualitative measures 1. Qualitative measures 2. One is discourse analysis. You know discourse. We are having a discourse, a discussion, a write-up like this. This is from Shakespeare, Macbeth. That's a discourse. Or any lecture, that's a discourse. We are having a discourse here on methods and methodologies. So someone can record it and analyze my lecture and your participation. Oh, how was it? The man was speaking horrible English. The presenter was not fantastic. He's an old man. He fought a war. Somebody might find that. Somebody might not like that. And then maybe somebody will say, oh, he was very simple. The language he used was simple. Not many mistakes in his speaking English, in his speech. And he was very friendly, kind of. And the grammar points were good, but he had few spelling mistakes like writing and method. And so and so forth. That's my discourse analysis. And focus group discussion, they have a discussion with a facilitator, and all of them talk about a particular point or a question, and there is a note taker, field note taker it's called. They note down and they get the audio done, and then they take away and transcribe it. They write up the whole discussion in audible and understandable language. And they categorize the data. They put the data in different categories. That's what is focus group discussion. Qualitative measures 3, number 3 slide. One is interview, another is observation. Obtrusive means very strict. We don't go beyond our limit. And another measure is observation unobtrusive, which is very relaxed. You can go this way, that way, a little bit, cross your boundaries. That's qualitative measures 3 numbers. And then we come to quantitative measures. Quantity, counting, number. Compare things in number. Count things in number. Remember, Assamti popularity, count the numbers. Oh, like somewhat. Oh, like a little bit. Oh, don't know. Another group don't like it. So these are segregation, number, count things. Survey people about things, as we have done in Assamti survey. That's quantitative. And what measures can we take? We can take first experimental and control group. Suppose our Eudoxia or Sandeep or Naveen, they are going to research about English teaching in India at primary level. So they are going to see if English teaching is being effective and successful at primary level in the Punjab. Then they select, say, 20 schools for experimental and 20 schools for being independent. So the experimental group will be trained and guided to teach English at primary level in 20 schools. They will be observed and data will be collected through the rubrics. And control group, the teachers were not trained and they're teaching on their own ideas. And those control groups teaching data will be collected through a rubrics as well. Now we have got data of teaching from an experimental group and also data from a control group with the same rubrics actually. And we can compare which group did better, fared well. Did the experimental group teach better? Was the result better there? Or did the control group did better? Or none of the groups did better, whatever. That's experimental and control group thing. And then there are other two instructional methodologies, program assessment, before and after analysis. We can assess any program, your program of teaching in your university, Sandeep. Say you are teaching a course, particular course, and whether they understand your lecture well or not well, how do we do that? We do a pre-test of knowledge of the students on insurance, on your course. Pre-test, before you start teaching. And then you teach a whole semester. And the same questionnaire of pre-test, you apply in the post-test through an examination. And see if the students have done very good results, means Sandeep is a very good teacher. If they have done mediocre results, means Sandeep's teaching was mediocre level. If their results have not improved, oh Sandeep, sorry sir, no promotion next time. Understand? So that's quantitative measure 1. Second slice was talking about, say, pre-test and post-test, questionnaire survey, quantifiable observation with a checklist, test scores, again number. All of them are number. And there are some scales in software scales in internet. Bostic's library anxiety scale. Don't ask me what is it. That is the name of a scale researchers use in research. Procrastination assessment scale, and then SPSS different versions. These are the scales. Now, we may have ready-made data sets from National Survey, College Student Experience Questionnaire, from the web, Internet Archive, electronic journals, library server logs. These have got data already collected. We can take these ready-made data and use for our problem solution. Then what are the common pitfalls in a research? Problems with population. It means, how much do we need for my research? Shall we do the survey on 100 people? Shall we do the survey on 1,000 people? Shall we do the survey on 100,000 people? The number of population, the number of samples, the bigger the number, the better the research. Remember. Next slide. Research problem. It says a study assessing students' learning outcome. That could be a research problem. Research problem 2. An experimental study that proposes a fund allocation formula for academic library collections based on the following. I'm just going quickly because people might get bored. Research problem 3. A newspaper article you read just the other day, stated that in a recently published study done at a major Indian university, researchers found that domestic violence affects 1 in every 3 female students. That could be a research problem, and that is there everywhere in the whole world. Even in England, there are domestic violence against women in England as well. I lived there 30 years. Anyway, research problem 4. A 2,400 article on a library use and services satisfaction study that uses measurement tool, a survey given to every 7th person entering the library building on 40 randomly selected days throughout the school year. A very tricky research problem. Research problem 5. Over a 1-year period, researchers studied the occurrence of turnaways in a shop, in a shopping mall, or in a classroom, or in political meeting, turnaways. That could be another research problem. And to deal with all these research problems and many more from you guys and girls, you remember, no study is perfect. My PhD study, I think it is perfect. I claimed in the Viva Voce that, this is perfect. I'm entitled to do that. But no study is perfect. There are loopholes and weaknesses. You have to remember, your study is not going to be perfect. That there is going to be some imperfection, some weaknesses. That's one thing to remember. Don't be too perfectionist. Next, from Manuel, all data is dirty. Data are dirty. Research is what you do with that dirty data. It means the data you collected are dirty, dirty quote unquote. Means it's confusing. It's not the things you wanted to see. Somebody told you lies in the data. There is lie in it. And you have to find it out. That's why that is dirty, and researchers make it pure by interpretation and discussion. Then measurement involves making choices. You as a researcher should make good choice for your decision. And you've got to reason, give reason and argument for your choice. Then measurement may be manipulated by researcher. Oh my God, keep that in mind. I talked about it a little earlier, that there are, there are data which are manipulated, which are lies, and we should not do that. That is unethical. Be critical about numbers. And in short, I would tell you all that be critical about whatever you found. You ask question. Oh, is that right? Why should it be right? Some people are being naughty. They're spoiling my screen. If you don't like it, you may leave it, please, my friends. If you are not enjoying the delivery, because it's not two-way, I'm not going to make it two-way very soon because it's a long way. If you don't like it, please feel free to leave. And if you like it, can you write in the chat line that you like it, or want to criticize me, you can write it down in the chat line. Be critical about numbers. I told you before that the numbers you get, Assamti, out of 1,990 people said, we love Assamti. Is that right? Be critical. Did they tell a little bit of lie? Could the number be less? Not 990, could be 670. Be critical. And you can see, if you have first sight, you can see in the data that about 300 people told something dodgy. And you should write it in your research that, to my mind, for these reasons, 300 out of those 990 told something dodgy. So to be perfect, I would say 670 people or 690 people love Assamti. That's up to you to decide. But whatever you say, whatever you state in your findings, you must give your arguments, substantiate it. Getting started. How do we get started? In the Holy Quran, Almighty Allah, the first message He sends to the whole human race, Iqra, Bismay, Rabbika Allazi. Iqra, Allah says to the human race, not to me as a Muslim, it's to Sandeep and Naveen and everybody. Allah says to the whole human race, read in the name of thy Creator. Read in the name of thy Creator. That's the first message the Quran reveals from Almighty Allah. My belief, Allah is the Creator, but I don't discard Bhagwan. He's also there. I don't discard Lord Buddha. He's also there. Jesus Christ. And the Quran acknowledges them. As a Muslim, I'm telling you, the Quran acknowledges these veterans of religious preachers. So this is their message as well. Then be careful about your research methodology. Decide it first. Don't take the hard way. Take the easy way, but take it perfectly. Studies on similar topics. I told you, for my PhD purpose, at the age of 68, within 2 years, I read 777 articles 777. I did it intentionally. I wanted to make 777 to make me lucky so that I pass my PhD. So in 2 years, I had to read all those big volumes. Means sometimes 10 pages, sometimes 140 pages, one article. A lot of, on average is 50 pages. And I had to read all of them. So I was obeying my God. He said to me, read. So I was, in his name, reading all those things. For you guys and girls, your reading is very important. Lot of voracious reading. Interesting studies. You make study interesting. And those interesting studies, the studies you do, the studies you find, the interesting one, you give more attention to that. Keep more notes on that and read it again. And non-library study. It's not only the library. You can study from the Google Chacha, Uncle Google, or Auntie Mozilla, and even Zoom. They are giving so much stuff. So you carry on reading on them. They're important as well. I'm not criticizing them. I did read them. Data collection involves agreement and consent. Ethical viewpoint. You don't go and force your people to give data, to answer your questions. You must ask their permission. If they're children, you must ask the permission of their parents. If you are administering a questionnaire survey in a school, you must ask the head teacher and the class teacher and get their written permission, consent. That's ethical viewpoint. You must force partnership. You must have research partners to discuss your ideas and your findings. You must decide on a critical friend from the start. Right from the beginning of your research project, you have a friend like Professor Hoque, and ask him, is he going to read your stuff? Is he going to discuss ideas with you? And when it says yes, then at every step of your reading, of your data analysis, of your findings, of your writing, Professor Hoque must cooperate. And he must, with intention, read it well and give you his feedback. Oh, no, Sandeep, this is, I think, not good. I think you should improve here. Oh, I think that language is not right. Oh, I think it's not research language. That's critical friend. But that friend must be research-oriented person, like Professor Hoque or Madam Hoque. Now, just get out and do it.